Hello, everyone. Hello, it is Friday. It is Faithful Friday, and we're here. Welcome to another episode of the Question Live Show. Yes, we're here another time. If you don't know that we have new schedule, yes, we do have new schedule. So look out for the announcement at the end of the show. Yes, we've been having new schedule. We will be coming to your home more often. Yes, we've been doing this for the past week now. So if you've been missing that, time for you to catch up. So this is Mental Health Month as well as Child's Month. So we are combining those and we're bringing to you some content that will help you get out of some mental funk, because mental health is basically saying that you're in a mental funk. So before we go any further, we lost our great legendary Tina Turner, and for the past couple of days I am showing up. Yes, I am showing up, and I'm honoring the queen of rock and roll. Last night I had my shoes, the night before I had my dress, and tonight I had my lipstick, I got my jewelry, I got my dress. I'm going to put on the screen later one of Tina's outfit. It was just like this with her jacket and her leather dress. Yes, I do have mine on. Ready to rock and roll, ready to show you a little bit of Tina. But yes, so we'll go into that just after a few minutes. We'll go into that. But anyway, welcome. This is your host, Verona Willis-Brown. That is me, yes. So welcome to another episode of the Question Live Show. It is Friday for me, maybe in some part of the world it is Saturday. So good evening, good night, good morning. Just greetings from my end of the woods. Greetings, welcome one and all. Now, if you're just seeing me for the very first time, seeing me, hearing me, watching this, never heard of the show before, welcome. Now, welcome to this live session. Now, absolutely what will happen here, I like to welcome first timers. So if this is your first time tuning in, you've never been here before, you never seen me before, never heard of the show before, and this is the first time because you are scrolling somewhere and you click, and this is your first time tuning in, please put in the comment section that it is your first time, because first timers, they do get a little extra welcoming. Yes, they do. And if you are returning, I want to say welcome to you as well. There are rules and regulations here. Yes. Everywhere you go, there are going to be rules, right? Yeah. Whether you come to my house or not, you're going to get rules. Rules to take off your shoes, rules to not put your feet up on my table, all this good stuff. So there are rules everywhere. So first timers, let me tell you that we got 1, 2, 3, 3.5, maybe 4 rules, or sometimes 5 rules. Very simple. They are called house rules. We want to get them in place before we start the show. And when we start the show, then you might forget all about the house rule after all. What are they? Rule number 1, if you are watching me, if you are listening to me, is somewhere on your screen, you say like, well, not really. But if I spotlight your name on the screen, if I call your name while the show is going on, simply means you are in the live audience. And what happens when you're in the live audience? You look for the share button. This is right there in the middle of your screen. You look for the share button and you're going to click it, and you're going to invite someone else to come on in the live so we can be live together. Now, live is like getting fresh food out of the oven or off the stove. Food that your mama cook, and your mama could cook up some food. Yes, darling. Your mama could cook. She's probably the best cook in the whole world, and everybody says the same thing about their mama, that she's the best cook in the whole wide world. And we do have the right to say that. Yes. So with that said, what is it that you do? You click the share button and you share the live. Next, If you don't hear me call your name and I don't spotlight your name on the screen, simply mean you are not in the live audience or you are behind the scene, so I can't see you. And you did not put your name in the chat so I can know it's you. Now, if you're watching this on the replay, we are not calling your name. Simply mean I would ask you nicely to click the share button as well. And when you do that, just hashtag replay. So I know that you got replay. You see, replay is like leftovers food. And sometimes we do share leftovers food because sharing is what we do. So what you do when you do that, it is like fresh food is fresh food, but leftovers food is leftovers food. Even though sometimes leftovers food do taste good, yes, because now it's seasoned, it's soaking in there and yummy, and it's marinating a little bit longer. Yes, but nothing like fresh food. It's like fresh food is original. There's nothing, there's no knockoff, there's no bootleg, there's nothing. Fresh. Fresh life is fresh. Now, that's rule number 1. What is rule number 2? Okay, let me grab. Rule number 2 is grab yourself something to write with, whether it is a pen, a pencil, a marker, a crayon, or maybe it is a piece of feather. But if it's a piece of feather, you do need some paint, you need some ink to dip it in and scrabble with it. What am I telling you to get these things for? I will tell you in a minute, but once you get all your writing tools, you do need yourself a notepad or a notebook, piece of paper, whatever, maybe a handwriting in the handmiddle. Something to write on. Why am I telling you this? Because here we drop juicy contents and golden nuggets, and I would like for you to write things down. I encourage you to write things down. When you write things down, you are building a relationship between your hands, your fingers, and your brain and your heart, and they hold a conversation, and you're building a relationship to write things down. Now, when you write one word, that one word turn into a sentence turn into a paragraph turn into a page, and a page turn into another page, and then another page, and then another page. And then what is the end result? You might just have a book, right? And I encourage you to write things up. You might not write my story. My story is my story, but I encourage you to write things down because it is extracting the very thoughts that are in your head that I do call their tenants. They're living in your head. They're doing jumping jacks. They're doing training for the Olympics, and they're training as the enemy to take you out. So we want to extract a few of them out of our head, and we want to replace them with something else. Yes, there's always a replacement. Don't you worry about that. Yes, so we want to write things down. Exactly. Now, what is the other rule? The other rule is grab yourself something to drink, whether it is water, wine, tea, or juice, and maybe some having popsicles somewhere. But never mind, whatever is it that you're drinking. Yes, some might be having broths. You don't drink soup, you eat soup, so some might be saying that they're drinking soup. No, and maybe some having porridge. Yes, I love porridge. I do. So whatever is it that you're drinking, just put it right there in the comment section. Not because I want to be nosy in what you're drinking, but I want to raise my glass and celebrate you. So whether you're lifting your glass, your cup, your spoon, whatever it is, we raise our glass together because what we do, we celebrate each other, whether it is a small win, big win, half a win, medium win, whatever it is, we celebrate each other. It is a form of supporting each other. So let me know what it is that you are drinking on this Friday evening, night, morning, something. And this Friday evening, let me know what is it that you are drinking. Good. You see, I oftentimes show up with my glass of water. Well, it is coconut water, but it's still water. I oftentimes show up with my glass of water because what? One, water is good for you. When you're thirsty, please have yourself some water. The pureness of the water gives you a pureness of your mind and your body and all that good stuff. And two, I believe in miracle. And the best miracle worker is Jesus. He turned water into wine. So you never know what could happen to your water. So I encourage you to drink water. Water, water, water. Water hydrate the system, and water does make you pure in a sense. Now, listen to me. I am not a medical doctor, so whatever I say is because I am speaking on my experience or from my higher source. Yes, I do. Now, the next rule is if you need to use the bathroom, whether it is to the right, to the left, wherever your bathroom is, ladies, you know there's always a line for our bathrooms. I hope you don't have a line on this Friday evening. Go to the bathroom, use it, and then you're going to come right back to your seat because your seat will be reserved right there. You see, your seat is like the seat of life where your name is stamped on it. Your seat is personalized. And once it is personalized, no one can have it because it is yours. On that seat is your gift, your talent, your intention, your expectation, your goals, your purpose, but most of all, your destiny. Inside of your destiny, it is greatness. So what is it that we have? We have greatness inside of us, and we refuse to give up our seat. No, we are not giving up our seat. When you give up your seat, it's like giving up your birthright. And your birthright is for you to achieve greatness. So we will not give up our seat. Excellent. Now, for those of you who don't need to use the bathroom, who don't need to grab their drink, I am glad that you're in your seat. Your seat is very much secure. You have the VIP seat. You're right there. You got a VIP ticket, so you got right in on front. So you sit tight. Hold on. We are going to go into the show. So while we are going to do that, for those who don't need to use the bathroom, yeah. While we wait for those who use in the bathroom, I'll just greet a few who are in the audience. And while you're in the audience, welcome, welcome, welcome. You know what we do. We welcome each other. We greet each other. It is called loving each other, welcome each other. It is called supporting each other anyway. So while I wait for those who went to the bathroom, let me welcome a few of my lovely audience. I have Georgia. Georgia, welcome, welcome, welcome. Yes, yes, yes. You know what I do. You know what I do every time I show up. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Georgia. Welcome, Paulette, Paulette, Paulette. Welcome back, welcome back. And this is what we do. We greet each other because we've been here before. Absolutely. And I welcome my sister over there in India, Rika G. Rika. Welcome back. Welcome back. Yes, indeed. It is early morning for Rika over there in India. So I appreciate you waking up to the Christian Light Show. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yes. Always great to see you and have a wonderful Memorial Weekend for those who celebrate Memorial Weekend as we acknowledge and honor the fallen soldiers and their family, those who serve the country. Yes, so this weekend is Memorial Weekend in America. So those of you around the world that don't celebrate it, just say a prayer out for the family. Yes, yes, thank you very much. Yes, yes, yes. And we're thank you. Yes. Well, on the weekend, rest, go out with friends, have a drink, raise your glass, celebrate, do something, and just don't forget to pray. Yes, prayer is the key, and meditation is the answer. So we are going to pray. We pray. Absolutely. Yes. Yeah. Oh, Georgia, that's you. Yes, welcome. Yasmin, good to have you again. Good to have you. Yasmin is all the way over on the other side of the world as well, and she is up late. So I appreciate you coming in, and you are here with us again. She is in London. Okay, she's in London over there. So we welcome her. We welcome her. Thank you so much for being here. Yes, see, I told you she's in London over there. She's in central London. Yes, you know, we say hello over there to the Queen, Yasmin over there. Welcome, Yasmin. Yes. Georgia is having green tea just after dinner. Perfect. That is an excellent tea to have after dinner because it settles your stomach, as well as peppermint tea is a good tea to have as well. Again, I am not a medical doctor. I don't give medical advice. I give advice from my own knowledge my own wisdom that's departed unto me from my higher self, which is God. So I don't give medical advice. If I do, please don't hold me accountable. Thank you. Please don't hold me accountable for medical information. I only experiences are my best teachers. I learn from them. So yes, I learn from them and I like to learn. And when I learn with intention of teaching you. Absolutely. So yes, so welcome one and all. Don't forget to look for the share button, click share, and know that it is sharing like food, real food, natural food. Yes, I like natural, fresh food. So we want to share. So while we are about to get ready, I raise my glass to each and every one of you as I take one sip. I take one sip from mine. So while I drink, um, while I talk, you can sip as well. Just sip on my behalf. Yes, sip on my behalf because I'm over on this side doing all the talking. So clench your thirst on my behalf. Thank you kindly. Yes. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Queen sister over there in London. Thank you. And I said earlier that we are honoring one of the legend. Yes, if those who don't know that, the legendary, iconic Tina Turner passed away. So we are honoring her. You see, we give honor where honor is due. That is how this works. Okay, we give honor where honor is due, and I told you that every time I show. Um, maybe tonight is the last night because tonight is Friday night. Like Friday night fever. Party time, people going out for the weekend, they're going to party. It is Memorial Weekend, they're going out, they're partying, and then you see I come all fancy because it's like Friday night fever, rock and roll, honoring the queen of rock and roll, Tina Turner. So I want to show you something really, really quick before we get into tonight's topic. Cheers. Yes, cheers. So I want to go into tonight, rock and roll Friday night fever vibes because, see, Tina Turner, I'm telling you, if those of you who don't know Tina Turner, you might want to go to Dr. Google and Google her really, really fast. I just couldn't get my hair to fluff up like her and spike out like her, but I got something in place. I told you I got my shoes last night, but tonight I got the outfit, and I'm going to show you that I am working this with my girl, with the queen. Yes, she's right here. Just look at her. That's her right there. And what happened? See, right there. And I'm going to show you that, yes, we are going to rock and roll together. No, you see that? I told you. No, I done told you. Hello, Tina. I know what you do, girl. I know how you rock and roll. So I came prepared. Okay? Prepared. I was trying to get my red lipstick on, but I just couldn't find the right color. This is not properly red. But this is the best that I'm going to do right now because I couldn't find the red that she had over there. You want to see that again? See right there? So I couldn't get it. So this is what we going to do, Tina girl. Hey! We came prepared. For those of you who are not prepared, I just want to let you know that since you're not prepared, that's okay. I came prepared. I am going to rock and roll with the queen. This is what we do. What love got to do with it? Good question, Yasmin. Oh, don't hurt nobody. What you said? What is love? She said, what love got to do with it, first of all? What is love? Oh, baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me. No more. Don't hurt me no more. Ha! What else y'all got? What else y'all got? I don't know why you're not frail. Give me my love. See what love got to do with it? Now, Yasmin, what love got to do with it? See, we talk about pain going into something. This lady defined what it is to get out of that mental funk and touch her purpose until her 83rd chapter were closed. Yes, 83 chapters because she decided to rise up out of her mental funk. And that's what mental health is defining. Mental health is directly saying that you're in a mental funk. You're in pain. You're in anguish. You're in despair. You're in all these things. You're falling down a little bit. Down. Just a little bit. And you refuse to get up. That's what mental health is. You're refusing to get up. It's not that you can't get up. You can't get up. Because inside of us, we know what it is to rise. We know what it is to have resiliency. So when we sit there in a mental funk and we don't want to move, it is a choice that we make. I remind you couple sessions back that there are tenants that live inside of your head. I call those thoughts your tenants. So if you've been here, you know that we evict a few tenants a couple nights back. Now, if you have not seen it, then you have to go back to the replay. We evict a few tenants because those tenants are holding us hostage. So we won't get to our destiny. And we are the boss. Perfect example, the queen herself. If you know her story, you know her story. If you don't know her story, then of course, again, go to Dr. Google and ask about Tina Turner's story. One fascinating thing about her story, if you don't know this, let me just throw this in here. One fascinating thing I learned in the past couple of days, that Tina Turner name, that's not her real name. Did y'all know that? We know that's not her real name. That's not her real name. That name was changed when she met Ike. Ike gave her that name for her to come on stage with him. Your name is Tina Turner. Oh, no. She said, no, my name is not Tina Turner. My name is Anime. Your name is Tina Turner. So what happened? She became Tina Turner because he gave her Tina Turner. Oh, and there she is. So what happened? The rest is history, they say. So we will not go into that, ladies and gentlemen. We will not go into that. I'm just using that as an example to let you know that you can go down, but you can rise as well. Because when she decided that she was going to rise up out of that mental funk, she made it right here to 83. And then we are going to ask ourselves, what are some of the things that put us in a mental funk that we refuse to rise out of? Because tonight, who are we going to evict? We are going to evict a few. No, we're going to evict one more tonight. So let's get our best hit of Tina Turner. We are going to find some of Tina Turner songs tonight too. Let's find our eviction notice. Because tonight we are going to talk about the tenant called mistrust. Yes, we are going to talk about mistrust tonight. The tenant of mistrust. So we are going to have our paper that we are going to evict mistrust. So my paper is ready. Hope your paper is ready. And hope your pen, your pencil, whatever you're writing with is ready. Now, I told you to have your pen, pencil, and all that stuff. Now, if you don't have any pen, pencil, and all that stuff, use your devices, because inside of your devices, there's a notepad section. In there, you scribble right in there. And if you don't have a notepad section, then guess what you do? You're going to text things back to yourself. Absolutely. You're going to text back to yourself. And that is how we are going to move on into getting our eviction notice because you need to write it down. Yes, you need to write Let's Stay Together, this cover of the Al Green, because it was produced by the Snap Group. Evan 17 and gave Tina a much needed comeback single. In 1983, it became her biggest solo hit at that time. Fun facts for Tina. Fun facts, I love it. Fun facts for Tina. Yes, Yasmin, fun facts for Tina. Absolutely. And I love me that song too, Lord. I ain't gonna do all that singing for y'all tonight. Nope. No. Rolling down the river. I'm not doing all that singing. I'm not here to do no singing for you tonight. I'm only here to represent the rock and roll queen, to honor her in my outfit. Yes. See, I even got the button. I'm not here to do no singing. We are here to do eviction notice, and we can put in our song, our best song, and our fun facts like Yasmin is putting in right there. So you can do all of that while we are rolling down the show. We're rolling into the show. We're not even rolling, no, we're rolling into the show. Rolling down the river. All right. No. So what are some of the things that put us, let's see, biggest idols of all time? An old school. The strongest woman ever, I tell you, if you know her story. That woman taught us how to be strong, how to push through. That queen of a Tina Turner, with her best legs, $1 million legs. Yes, I like to talk about her legs because she had $1 million legs. That queen taught us how to be courageous and to stand our ground even when. Because you know what she did? She went inside of her head after a while. After a while, she went in there and she held a conversation between her mind and her heart, and she locked force and she said, hey, maybe she knew about the eviction notice then. Maybe she knew about eviction notice and she evicted a few tenants. She evicted some tenants out of her head. So what caused us to go into this place of mistrust? What caused us to entertain the tenant of mistrust? There are a few things. So if you're ready to write, we are going to ready to write them down. Ready. Put in the comment. Ready. So we can talk together. Yes. That song she did when she said, baby, don't hurt me no more. I think I know who she was talking to. But I ain't going to call no names on my show. But I believe I know who she was talking to. Yeah. And how you can rise above. So glad I saw her at her concert many years ago. She was in her 70s and had so much energy. Yes. Oh, my goodness. The energy that lady had all the way up to 83. Or maybe 82. Yeah. Maybe she was just dancing her way while she closed her eyes. Whatever she went through, she was dancing her way. Her little feet were just like, just going. Yes. So her little feet was just going. I'm telling you, she dances. She taught us so much about strength. And strength is a solid factor. As we talk about evicting tenants, strength is a solid factor that we need to develop when we are rising up out of our mental funk. It is something that we need to have ready, like the key to the door. Go in with that strength. And it was the strength that she had, that she developed when she evicted those tenants, that caused her to escape the relationship and to be 83. I'm just saying, if you don't know her story, you got to read her story. But what are some of the things? Because one of the main things that cause mistrust is abuse. I'm just saying. Queen, iconic, legendary Tina. She went through it. She survived it. She became a survivor Abuse is one of the first things that cause mistrust. And mistrust is sitting nicely, and mistrust is dancing. Mistrust is dancing. Mistrust is clapping. Mistrust is jumping up and down in your head. Yes. Mistrust is having a field day. Absolutely having a field day. Why? Because of abuse. And abuse don't simply mean I beat you around like you're some ball. Abuse comes in so many different ways. What are the different types of abuse? For one, verbal abuse, emotional abuse, mental abuse, physical abuse, spiritual abuse as well. If you didn't know, now you know, spiritual abuse. But I want to go back to the fourth one when I said physical abuse. Physical abuse don't just start just like that. You don't just get up and you're physically abusing someone. Physical abuse stems from being verbally abused. You make 1 ounce of verbal abuse, and what happened? You make another one, and you make another one, and you make another one. And each time you make verbal abuse, it starts trigger your mental state of mind. It starts trigger your emotional state of mind, and then that will lead you to physical abuse. Yes, the physical abuse is over on the end. They call you names. They call you out of your names. And they call you names, vulgar names, or sometimes it's subtle. One time, there's no reaction. Oh, you took it. It went in and it came right here in the mind. Now, when it dropped into your mind, another abuse, verbal abuse, it comes back into your mind and they start growing. It's like it starts building children. So a whole family of names start going inside of our head. After a while, the family of abuse to start getting bigger, verbal abuse. Now, because it got so big, it start bullying you, and what happened? You feel smaller. And that's where it leads all the way up to physical abuse. So physical abuse is somewhere before. So you get emotional abuse, mental abuse, and then it trickles down to physical abuse. Just like the sound of that going by. That's the scar that's going into your mind. Scar in your mind. By the time you get to physical abuse, now your mind is fully scarred. And your mind is weakened. I am very much against any form of abuse. I am very much against any form of domestic violence because, again, domestic violence stems all from abuse. Why is this? Because now, what is the result of this? You're mistrusting the person. It could be your spouse, girlfriend, boyfriend, whoever, your partner. It could be you mistreating your child. And we are in Child's Month celebration. It be you abusing your child or your child abusing you, because I do see that happen where the child abused the parent. Right. So because that is so, it is a form of mistrusting the other person. Your heart is broken. Now, you look at a child as mothers, you look at a child and you physically abuse that child. Do you mistrust that child? Do you mistrust us as their form of mistrusting that child that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? Yes, it is. Because you trust a child not to do something and the child did it. For one, you say to the child, don't steal, don't take, don't. The minute you say don't do something and they do it, now there's a form of mistrusting. You mistrust that person. So that is only one. That is one level of mistrusting someone. Abuse. Domestic, sexual, emotional as well. Sexual abuse, yes, absolutely yes. Abuse got so many categories. But like I said, don't quote me as a doctor. I personally believe that any form of abuse starts from mouth. It starts verbally. First of all, it's trickled from here. We go into the tenets. It trickled from your mind. Whatever is in the mind, it trickled down to your mouth and your mouth release it. So if your mind is having a conversation going on, it trickles and you start abusing someone by your mouth. Then it leads this attach itself to the rest of the abuse. So your first thing for mistrusting somebody is abuse. All these abuses leave scar. Yes, like just imagine a tiger going. Imagine a cat. It scar your mind. So tonight we want to evict that tenant of mistrust. We want to trust. Oftentimes we say, I don't trust nobody. I don't trust nobody. Well, why are we saying this? Because of the scar that is in our mind, because of the tenant called mistrust that is sitting in our mind. So we tend to use the scar that's sitting there, that tenant that's sitting there to say, I don't trust nobody. Why? Because the tenant is telling you to say that. I don't trust nobody. I don't trust nobody. But I'm not calling no names. Tina had to go through that. Yes, she had to go through that. So while we are on honoring Tina, let us know. It is time. Let us get our eviction paper. It is time to evict. It is time to evict mistrust. What is the other thing that causes mistrust? Neglect. Somebody neglect you. You've been neglected. Whether you're in a relationship or not, that form of neglect put you into a mental funk. And you stop trusting the person. You stop trusting someone who said, I am going to be there for you. Now you get into a relationship of some sort, and you promise each other that you're going to be there for each other. And then all of a sudden, you find yourself alone. You find yourself start feeling lonely. Why? Because the person is not there. Why? Because the person neglected you. Maybe they left. They filed for divorce or they break up with you, but they're gone. Now you're standing there in neglect. And that would put me to the next one, loneliness. So you're there. So you're mistrusting the person who made a vow to you. See, one thing I know about God, God say, I will not leave you nor forsake you. And I'm like, yes, Lord, I trust you. Who do you trust? I ask you, audience. Who do you trust? Have you been in that situation where the person that you trust, you now mistrust them? So if you're in that section of your tenant house where mistrust lives, it is time for you to go in there with your paper to evict mistrust. We want to build up a relationship of trust, because when we build up a relationship of trust, we will grow together. We will respect each other. And it is a form of supporting each other. So, yes, trust, mistrust, like misunderstanding, miscommunication, those are the things. Next, judgment. Somebody judging you. You try to have a relationship, because everything's about a relationship, whether it's with your children, your spouse, your partner, whoever. Everything is about a relationship, a friendship, all that ship. Everything is about a friendship or a relationship. But when one party starts judging the other in such negative way, because most of the time, judging someone, it is negative. Oh, I don't like. You see, when you start saying, I don't, I told you before that we were not created to use don'ts. We were not created to use can'ts or won't. We are not created in that negative manner. We were created to think positively, to think possible. So when we start judging each other, what is happening? You don't trust the person no more. Okay, perfect example. You got married and you were all cutesy. Maybe a size 5 when you got married. Maybe a size 8 when you got married. And your husband said, oh, look at you, darling. You look so beautiful. I like that. Yeah. And you looking all cute. In your one little size, your single size. Ladies, you know what I'm talking about. Your single size. And as your single size start increasing to double size based on whatever, maybe you have some children. Now, what is happening? Your spouse starting to judge you. You are not the single figure no more. You're not attractive no more. You're not the person that I married. Judgment. That form of judgment will put you in a mental funk. That's one. Now you got your parents, your father, your mother, whoever, your guardian. Now you trust your father to take care of you, to be the strong man, the one who will teach you how to present yourself so a nice husband could treat you the same way the way he did. You are the apple of your father's eyes, and you, hi daddy, and you sit in your father's lap. And he rocked you back and forth. And he said, you are my princess. And you trust your father. And you trust him enough to know that, yes, you want somebody to trust. That when you become involved, you want somebody to trust the way you trust your father. Now, your father start abusing you in every sort of way. We mentioned all the abuse already, and there probably more. Now, what happened? You mistrust your father. Why? Why? It goes back to my first word, abuse. Now, any other family member that you trust, now what happened? They abuse you. And what happened? You mistrust them. And then you scar yourself and you are traumatized by that. and you refuse to forgive because of mistrust. So mistrust and unforgiveness, they kind of like work hand in hand. They like hold hand like best friend, and they just go on about their business. Absolutely. But how are we going to salute this? How are we going to go in there? How are we going to resolute this kind of mistrust that built up, that caused trauma, that caused us to make unhealthy decisions? Because healthy decision and healthy choices got deposited on us. How are we going to rise up? Here, I give solutions. You might take it or you might not take it. Okay? It is unhealthy when we go through these things, but they are always healthy choices. Absolutely, it is a sick mentality. And that is exactly what we are talking about, the mentality. When your mentality is not healthy, you do unhealthy things. You take unhealthy action. You make unhealthy choices. If I go back to look at a relative, looking at their little child, if you go back a father looking at his little child, if you look as a mother looking at her little child, if you look at all of that. So I could go all the way into that, but yeah, it goes back to the word abuse. It goes right back to that, abuse. And as a result of all of that, now what happened? We grow up with all of that traumatic event. We grow up with that mistrust still sitting somewhere tucked up inside of our head, and our mental state of mind causes us to make unconscious decisions, because now we go into this subconscious state and we start making unhealthy decisions. But who is ready? Who is ready to evict? Who is ready to pull up your collar, roll up your sleeve, and get ready to evict mistrust? Who is ready? Because tonight I give you permission to evict mistrust. I give you the permission to let you know that you are strong enough to rise up, to walk up. You don't gotta let me say this a little bit here. You don't gotta go back to the person who abused you to say, I need for you to tell me you're sorry. Is somebody listening to me? Or you listening? Or you with me? You don't need to go back to the person who abused you to say that, say sorry to me. You don't need to go back to that person. It is up to you now to rise. Because you going back to the person is putting you back into that mental fog that that person already put you in. You forgive yourself. You forgive them. Bye. And you give up an eviction notice. Yes. Let us clear our mental path. And as I'm going to give you a few solutions, a strategic way of how we can rise up when we serve the eviction notice to mistrust. For one, again, I hope you're writing these things down. They're called golden nuggets. First thing we want to do, we want to convince ourselves, we want to convene to ourselves, we want to tell ourselves that we can do better, and there's always better out there. There's always better out there. That's number one. Something's better is always waiting for you, but you must tell yourself that. You're not going back to the person who abused you. You're not going back to the person who cheated on you. You're not going back to the person who you mistrust. You're not going back to them. You're going to you. You're going into the mansion of your mind, and you are going to face those things that are in your mind that are causing you to mistrust someone. Because the same mistrust, unresolved, traumatic event causing you to lose out on your purpose and your destiny because you refuse to open your hands, you refuse to open your heart and forgive and stretch yourself, stretch your potential so you could work together. Everybody is not an abuser. So let us take things, put up caution and go for it. And we can do this. That's number one. Know that there's better for you out there. Number two, tell yourself, talk to yourself. We oftentimes hear this. Don't talk to yourself. I beg to differ. Talk to yourself because it is your destiny. It is your purpose. It is your journey. So really, you're not talking to yourself. You're talking to your inner being because inside of you, there's an inner person. So you're not really talking to yourself per se. So we hear, don't talk to yourself. People might think that you're crazy. Don't talk to yourself because people might think you're crazy. Yes, we're crazy. Be crazy. Be crazy for your destiny. Be crazy for your purpose. Be crazy enough to go after it. 2, tell yourself, you, absolutely, Georgia, you, Yasmin, you, Walter Barnes, you matter. So you tell yourself, you look in that mirror at yourself and that person that's looking back at you. I hope you're seeing yourself. You matter. And you call yourself by name. You stand in front of the mirror and say, Georgia, you matter. You stand there and say, Yasmin, you matter. Walter, you matter. Paulette, you matter. You talk to yourself and tell yourself that you matter. Yes, because if you don't talk to yourself, I am not going to be talking to you because I'm not talking to your destiny. You need to talk to your destiny because you need to bring your destiny in alignment with you. So you got to be free of these things. Yes. The next one is be hopeful. Be hopeful. Once you hold your head up, you have hope. So you can be down in all the despair and all the pain and all the neglect and all the abuse and all that stuff. But if you just develop 1 ounce of hope, just one, just this little bit of hope, you can make it. You can rise just by 1 little teeny weeny ounce of hope. You can rise above that mental funk that's causing you to let you know that things are not possible for you. Things are always possible for you. Always. And the last one is be bold. Show up and be bold. Show up. You see, Tina showed up and she let you know, I am bold, and she danced herself out. Yes, she did. Yes, she did. Be bold. Show up. Show up with bold. Show up extra. You know, as a little girl, they used to tell me that I'm very extra. I laugh about it now because I guess they knew what they were talking about. Of course. I gotta be extra. Why would I not be extra? So I give you the permission, Georgia, to be extra. I give you the permission, Yasmin, to be extra. Be extra. It's like saying be bold, but I don't want to use the word bold. I want to say be extra. Get extra strength, extra courage, extra tenacity, extra everything. And show up extra. Huh? Oh, yes. And let them know that you can rise. Let them know that you can be free. You are no longer the cage bird. Let them know that you can sing your own song, your own tune. Let them know that you have forgiven them. Let them know. Rise up. Rise up. Absolutely, Georgia. Tap yourself Well, you might not get to your back, but on your shoulder. And said, I won. I am a winner. I have greatness in me. I matter. Let them know that you can survive this. Let your purpose know that you are coming after it. Because it is your purpose, not mine. Nobody else. It's yours. So rise up. I gave you at least 4 things, 4 of the strategic way of how you can get out of the mental funk and how you can evict the tenant of mistrust. I am not encouraging you to just walk around and mistrust every and anyone. But if you develop a healthy mindset, you will know exactly how to make a decision based on trust. You will know exactly how to maneuver things, whether you're in business, in relationship, having a friendship, a business partner, whatever it is. Parents to parents, peers to peers, children. You will know exactly how to approach anything. And you will know that the abuse that you experience, that you survive, has caused you to be strong enough to take your position as you walk on over to your destiny. Your destiny is on the other side. Your destiny is waiting for you. Your destiny is not coming to you. You got to go to your destiny. So yes, rise up and let yourself know. Talk to yourself. Put on the coat of confidence and step. That you might not step like Tina. You might not have no outfit like this, like Tina outfit. But it doesn't matter because guess what? That is the tenet of comparison. So you're not comparing yourself to Tina, but you are going to rise up because one thing I know about us, we know how to bounce back. One thing I know about us, that we are resilient set of people. We know how to rise. Be like the cage bird. Be like the butterfly and fly. Be free. Forgive and be free. You see, as I pause this episode, there's a section of the butterfly that we oftentimes, sometimes we forget. But it's not that we forget about it, but we have outgrown, we have forgive, we have moved on. The caterpillar on the bottom, the caterpillar is on the belly. But outside of the forgiveness, outside of that process, came the beautiful butterfly. And as it came out, it became free. Go and be free. Forgive and be free. Let your heart heal as you rise up out of your mental stagnation. Be healthy. Be healthy. Have a healthy mindset so you can make healthy decisions. Be extra. As Georgia said, absolutely, when you show up extra, they can never abuse you again. Tina got extra and knocked Ike down and never looked back. She had arrived because of her strength. She won. She won. She never looked back. She gave up everything that she built with this man. And she said, you can have it all while I start over. Take it all and give me my space. She convinced herself. She served herself. She went into that mental mansion and she served the abuse. She served the mistrust, the neglect, and all of that. She served them. And she became free. And she never looked back. She never looked back on that story. The only thing that held her, that we knew her as, is Tina. Why? because that is the name that was given to her when she came forth. But that did not define her story of how she finished at age 83. She finished with a story of strength. She finished with a story of push yourself through your destiny. She finished with a story of freedom. Yes, she finished, and she finished well. Tina, girl, I honor you tonight. I don't tell you I got this kind of outfit on for you. Oh, honoring Tina. Yes. So audience, Anna, Georgia, Yasmin, Paulette, Walter, all of those of you who are watching that did not put your name in. Rika, I want to say, be free. Your story might not be the same as Tina, and your story might not be the same as mine. But whatever it is, just know that you have the capacity and you now have the permission to go into your mental mansion and evict. The tenant call, mistrust. I thank you all for tuning in to this live session. Again, the only time I know that you're alive, unless you put your name, that I know that you're live. But if you're alive, you're watching the live and you don't put your name, I appreciate you for coming and showing up. Remember that when you show up, you're not showing up only for yourself. You're showing up for your family, your community, and generations to come. Tina might be gone in the physical, but her legacy will always live on. Live on, live on, live on. Make your mark. It is yours. Again, be extra. My extra is not your extra. Thank you so much for tuning in into this live session. Tomorrow we will be here, same time, same place. You never know what will happen tomorrow. The only time you will know unless you show up. So thank you so much. Thank you for being here. Be strong. Hadn't she been strong, she wouldn't have lived to be this age. That she, believe me, she developed that strength. Yes, she did. Thank you, Georgia. Yes, she did. And the reason why she ended up with that strength is because she evicted mistrust. Because she would not have trust again to marry this man and relocate. So we got to evict mistrust so we can trust again. Thank you so much. I trust you all will have a great weekend, a safe weekend, and of course, make a healthy decision. The only way you can do that is by having a healthy mindset. See you on the next go round. Bye.